Hey everyone, this is Charmaine from Fantastic Crafts. I hope all of you are having a wonderful Wednesday. Today we're going to be making a really very cute little bunny card. I really wanted to create a sky scene with a little bit of bunny peeking out kind of thing and little carrots kind of being in the dirt, but it's really cute. So I started with a few oxide inks. I started with the walnut and the burlap. I also used the vintage photo. Now you can use any of those brown colors. It doesn't have to be these specific brown colors, but any brown colors would do it. So I took a little scrap piece of paper that I had laying around. I cut that at 5 1/4 lengthwise, and then I just kind of made little slopes. I didn't really think about it too much. I just simply cut and just trimmed away what I thought would look like little slopes of dirt. And then I went with the walnut stain or any dark brown color you have, and then I just simply started to blend that on the top. What I wanted to do was make it darker on the top and lighter on the bottom. So I just started blending from the top and then just used that, a little less ink on the bottom to make that lighter effect on the bottom. Then I took a little spray bottle that I just had laying around with water and I sprayed that. Then I went with a cloth, and you can use a napkin, whatever you have laying around, just to wipe off that extra bit of water that falls onto your work surface. Then I took this pen blade, and what I wanted to create was little holes or spots where my carrot can kind of sit in. There's many ways to do this. This is the simplest way I thought it would be. So I just kind of made little, let's see, like the top part of a heart. That's the shape I used when cutting with the pen blade. So I just kind of started creating a heart but didn't complete the heart. And it gave enough of a slit. You can even just create slit. It doesn't really matter. It created enough of a slit for my carrots to just kind of sit in. Then I went with the frayed burlap and I again did the oxide ink, and then once again I sprayed one more time just to give it more dimension. Then I took a matte layer, which is 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and I wanted to create skies. So then all I did was I took some blues, and it doesn't really matter which blues. I used Peacock Garden and Cracked Pistachio, and I think I used a little gray too in there. So I just blended this, and I didn't blend it well. I wanted those circle marks because that kind of gives the illusion of sky. So I kept doing that, and I also went with ice spruce and did the same exact thing. And once again, not really caring about how I am blending. I wanted those circular little patterns from the blending tool. Then I took some water once again and sprayed it onto the sky background and picked up any excess water onto with a cloth or anything you have laying around. Then I took the ice spruce, whatever was left onto my blending tool, and I just kind of dabbed it all over that sky just to kind of make those little spots that was created with the water a little darker. Now, I took the hair picking stamp set by Mamie Made It, and I wanted to kind of do no line coloring. So the way I did that is I took a VersaFine Claire. It's the newest ink that came out in the Morning Mist. It's this light gray color. So what I did was I went and stamped it 3 times. So I did the first generation, which is the top right there, and then a second generation and a third generation. And I used that third generation stamping to color my carrots, and those other carrots can be used any other time for any other project. I just wanted a kind of no line coloring for this particular card, so that's why I went with this. I went with a darker Spectrum Noir color first to just kind of give a some depth to my carrot. Then I went with a lighter color and just blended it together. I did the same exact thing for the top part of my carrot. I went with a lighter green first, and then I went with a darker green, and then I finished it off with a lighter green just to kind of blend it all together. And I really thought it came out super cute. Now, I did stamp one larger carrot that was larger and I wanted the lines to show. I just thought it would give a little bit of variation and it just would pop that one carrot up really a lot and just kind of highlight that carrot. So I kept that with line just the first generation stamping, and this is a larger carrot, and I did the same exact thing. I went with a darker orange and then came back with a lighter and blended it together, and I did the same thing with the top part of the carrot. For the slits we created earlier, this is why we created it, for the carrots to kind of go and to give the look that the carrots are growing from the ground. I did this with all the carrots that I had, and conveniently I had just enough carrots to put it all in the ground, putting the center one, the largest one right on the center to a little, I guess, off to the more to the right. Once I was done with that, I stamped the bunny that's waving, kind of peeking out. It's from the same stamp set, hair peeking. And I just simply colored that with two light gray and a light pink color from Spectrum Noir. And I just simply colored that, nothing fancy, just kind of made the ears a little more pink and had a little blush from the bunny coming out and just kind of all around gray kind of color, nothing too fancy, and it took maybe 1 minute. I did want to give some highlight onto the carrots, so I just took a gel pen and wherever it was lighter, that's where I put the highlights of the carrots, and then I just used my art glitter glue to glue those carrots onto that ground. I wanted to put the little bunny where I knew would be peeking out and waving. So I just kind of did a dry run of where I would like it and just kind of saw where I wanted to glue that little bunny on, and then I put the bunny on and then I glued the ground onto the ground. And this way the bunny is peeking out and it's not on top. So I used the art glitter glue again, and as you can see, this was a scrap piece of paper that I had, and I just glued that on to my panel. Since it is a Easter card, I wanted to stick with some pastel colors. So for my card base, I used this pastel blue kind of teal color, and I cut the base at an A2 size card. So that's 4.5 by 5.25, and then I folded it in half. And that created, actually, it was cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and when I folded it, it became a 4.25 by 5.5 cardstock or card base. Then I glued my panel that I created earlier and just glued that on. One thing I did forget to mention is I used my VersaFine Onyx Black to stamp out the sentiment "Hi Honey Bunny" on that left side of my card panel, and I thought it was just a really cute little bunny waving saying "Hi Honey Bunny." I thought it was really cute. Then of course a card that I create is not completely complete without stitches, so I used my little gel pen in black and I just created little stitch marks. And that completes the card. I thought this card was so cute. I just really loved how the card came out, and I really hope you enjoyed it too and enjoyed the tutorial. And if you did, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you share with your friends in case they're interested. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Until next time, bye.